What's going on, y'all? It's GUMGUMTCG here, back again with another live duel commentary video. This one comes from a box tournament at my locals last weekend, and this is going to be round one. I'm going to be here on the right playing Smoker, and my friend Micah is going to be here on the left playing Zoro. You know, Zoro is a really tough matchup for Smoker, but sometimes you just got to play a little differently to get those tough matchups nailed out, and we're going to dive right into this here in just a second. We're going to go ahead and pull our decks out and get everything set up here. I don't know if you've noticed, but you can see we're playing on an amazing quality mat from Duel. This is one of their new designs of the Jujutsu Kaisen mat. Oh my god, it is gorgeous. I'll leave a link in the description to their website as well as a code GUMGUMTCG you can use for a discount at checkout. What? You haven't heard of Duel? Duel is the best TCG accessory company on the market. They have high quality deck boxes, binders, and playmats made for people who enjoy playing and collecting trading card games in style. They have tons of designs based off of fan favorite animes such as One Piece, Bleach, Full Metal Alchemist, and many more. They hit the ground running earlier this year making high quality TCG accessories with beautiful designs that have sold out many times, so if you haven't picked up any of their products, make sure to do so before they sell out again. I have a few deck boxes and playmats from them already and can attest to how they don't cut any corners when it comes to quality, performance, and design. I highly recommend their products and use them every time I play cards. Be sure to check the description below for a link to their site and use code GUMGUMTCG for a discount at checkout. Alrighty, we're gonna get rolling some dice here. Mike is gonna roll, and these pictured dice, man, I can't remember what we rolled, but I do know that he won the die roll here, and he decides that he wants to go second so that I don't have the great going first curve that Smoker really likes to have. We're gonna go ahead and get shuffled up here, passing my deck over and let him get a nice cut. He's getting his shuffled up. Go ahead and cut. We're gonna get our 5 cards here and see if we want to keep them or not. Alrighty, trying to decide. Looks like Micah's got a pretty good opening hand. Mine was not so great though, so I decided to put it back. He actually does not like his opening hand either, so he decides to put that back as well. Hopefully we can shuffle these cards away and end up with something better. Alrighty. We got the decks over to cut for the second time. Can't mulligan these hands. We got to keep whatever we get here, so hopefully we get something good, and we'll see how this game plays out. Like I said, he did decide to go second, so I am going to start off on that 1 Dawn curve. You know, it's not really what we want, and I just pass. And he starts things off hot with a Curly to Dawn, you know. Just a great card, especially for the Zoro strategy. Get to search those small 1-cost characters like Izo. Exactly what he found here. Passes back to me. I'm up at 3 now. I swing at his leader for 5 here. Try and get some cards out of his hand or out of his life. You know, we gotta go a little aggressive early with this matchup, but unfortunately, all I have for him is a blocker. And luckily, it is a blocker that can't be KO'd. But I pass back to him, and he decides to start off with that Izo for turn, and he finds the 5-cost Marco. Leaves him with 3 Dawn. He's going to think about what else he wants to do for the turn. He's going to throw 1 under Zoro, and that's going to give that 1,000 buff to all his characters, which he's going to swing for 6 with Curly. I decide to take it, and I trigger a VV out of life here, and then he swings for 6 with Zoro, but I do have that 2k Garp in my hand I counter with, and he passes. I went ahead and drew, and I swing at the Curly with my Fukuro. Now that I have another blocker on field, I decide to try and get a little more aggressive. I use the Smoker ability on Izo, and I swing at life for 7 here. He takes it, and then I play my Kuzan, get my draw, and pass right back to him. You can see it lurk in his hand. He's got a Rad Beam lurking around in there. Card's really strong. He is up at 6 Dawn here. Yeah, he's up at 6. He's going to throw 1 under his leader. He's going to drop that Marco, and he's going to KO my VV blocker, and then he's going to attack the rested Fukuro with this Zoro, which I just let die. I'm not going to protect that. And he passes back to me. I do feel really rough in this point. You know, I'm really down on card advantage. His hand is just as big as mine is. However, he has 3 bodies on field to my 1. So I got to think about what I want to do here. I am up at 7 Dawn, so I do have a couple options. However, not a lot of them feel great, you know. I have a Sakazuki. I could pop that Marco, but he's playing Zoro. He's got to have the event to pop it. So we're really trying to think this play through here. I'm going to attack his leader for 5 and reduce the cost of that Marco. He decides to ditch a Curly to save it. I do use 1 on Smoker for that Smoker effect on Izo, going up to 7. I attack his life for 7 again. I play a Borsalino here, and I pass. Trying to play a little defensively. I've got 2 Dawn active left. I do have a Shockwave in hand, so it'll be pretty nice to be able to resolve that and hopefully blow something up on the field here. He's up at 8 Dawn now. Whole handful of cards, so trying to really decide what he wants to do here. He's going to put 1 under Curly and 1 under Zoro. Get that Curly up to 5k. And he's going to play Gordon. He's going to use the Gordon on my Kuzan here to reduce the power of it. And then he's going to drop another 5 cost Marco to pop it. Then he's going to attack me for 7,000 with the Marco. I do get to use that Shockwave. And I'm going to get to take his Curly out that he has active. He's thinking about what else he wants to do here. He is going to swing for 6. I do decide to take that. And I can't decide if I want to trigger it or not. I end up not triggering it. I'm pretty sure it was a second Shockwave. And it just doesn't really feel good to pop that Izo when I could hold it and potentially get better value out of it later. He passes back to me, and I'm up at 9 now. Drew my card. Now I'm really thinking. I'm in quite the pickle here. I've got a Borsalino, my leader, and a Dream. He's got 2 life left to my 3, and we really just got to think carefully about how we can take this game down. Decide to go with Sakazuki to try and blow up his Marco. He does let it go. And he's thinking here about bringing it back. He does have a couple events in hand, but does he really want to pitch one of those to bring it back? Yeah, he ends up deciding to pitch a guard point to bring that Marco back to the field rested. Now I'm really thinking, I think I should have tried to attack it first. However, looking back at it, sometimes you make decisions that you can't really help. And I do try to attack it for 7. He defends and pass back to him. He's up at 10 here. He's got a couple beaters. That Zoro leader effect is always crazy, so got to keep your eyes out for that and make sure that you're countering right and you know what all of his cards are at all times. He's got a couple really good cards in hand. He's got the Newgate, he's got the Blocker Marco, and he has the Radical Beam. All one-ofs. Crazy. So he's trying to figure out what he wants to do. I think he was contemplating playing the 9-cost Whitebeard here, but he ends up going with Otama on my Sakazuki to lower its attack power, and then he's going to Jet Pistol it to get it off the field. This is devastating. Now I'm only left with the 1 beater in the Borsalino. I was hoping that I could possibly kill him next turn, and I think he knew that, so he decided to play a little bit more defensively and try to clear my board so that he could lay that blocker down on the field, and I couldn't be able to kill him next turn. He does attack me for 5, and I decide to take it. He attacks me for 6, and I counter that one. He's coming at me for another 6 here. I do use that Shockwave to get rid of Izo. And he passes back to me. I only got a couple cards in hand now. It's not really feeling too great. Even life, but yeah, that Blocker Marco on field. He's got 1 active, you know. I saw him pitch that guard point earlier, which tells me that he has another one or something better in his hand. Like, situation is just kind of unfortunate here. I do play the 10-cost Kuzan, and I decide to blow up his Marco. So he's trying to decide if he wants to save it or not, and he is. He's going to throw away that Newgate to bring it back, leaving him with the 1 card in hand. I go at the Marco again for 5k. And I know he really wants to keep that. That card is really a game changer, especially in late grindy game states. And he decides to use that Radical Beam on the Marco. Now I'm kind of stumped. I'm deciding if I want to use that Borsalino to try and take that Marco out and get it off the field forever, or if I just want to pass. And I end up passing because I feel like if I did that and wasted my blocker, I would not survive the next turn. So he draws for turn, and it looks like he drew a Gordon. Could be nice to lower some power on the field. He's got his 10 Dawn, and he's trying to just figure out how he's going to be able to clear my field here, my one blocker, and get 3 hits on successfully. He's distributing his Dawn, trying to figure it out. I think he's got a game plan here. Contemplating that Gordon. He does decide to use the Gordon effect on the Borsalino to put it down to 3k, which is very unfortunate. You know, if I were able to take a couple of these hits and then counter the last one with Borsalino and save that, I could clear him next turn. But unfortunately, he puts it down so low that it's not really going to matter. He goes at me for 8 with his leader. Then for another 8 with his Marco. I take both of these hits, and fortunately, a lot of my hand is just these big cards that you get when playing the Smoker deck that you can't really defend with. I do end up blocking his next hit with the Borsalino, and he goes for 9 at face with Marco. All I had was 3k, and yeah, it's not gonna cut it this time. It was a really solid game, and he saw the cards that he needed to see to really just put me in the dirt there. Constantly removing my board when that's what my deck should be doing. Feels pretty bad when you're playing Smoker. So, unfortunately, that is how it is. But you win some, you lose some, and it was still a great game. We always have a good game. But I do want to say thank you all for watching the video. I really hope that you enjoyed it. If you haven't checked out Captain's Wheel, make sure to check that out. I have Captain's Wheel series posting every Friday. And it's a new series with my brother that we spin a wheel of random leaders, and we have to build a random deck and duel it out in a best of 1. So if that interests you, definitely make sure to go check that out. Also, check out Dueling Guard. Like I said, I'll leave their link in the description below with a code GUMGUMTCG you can use for a discount at checkout. Also, be sure to check out my socials. I got links to all those down below, as well as a link to my Discord channel where you can join and talk to other people about the One Piece TCG. And once we hit 100 members in there, I'm going to be doing a free box tournament. So if that interests you as well, make sure to get in there before that happens. We're at around 65 members now, so the more the merrier. I also have a link to my Twitch. If you like live streams, I stream on Sundays right around 7 playing the One Piece card game. So if you want to see some live play on the sim, definitely be sure to check that out. Trying to get to 200 followers on there. And make sure you're subscribed on YouTube. We're trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. We're already at 200 something, so just got to keep on grinding. I appreciate every single one of you all for watching every video, and I'll see y'all on the next one. Peace.